Righty, highty, hey ho! Hey everyone. This is gonna be a really short thing. We're just gonna do a little bit of what is it? Tales from the Dragonsong War. We've finished Heaven's Word, so now we're going to remember all of the cool things that happened during it. The paths we walk, the oaths we swear, the legacies we leave, sharing triumphs and bearing burdens. The warrior of light embarks on a journey of reminiscence and recollection in a land that now heals from a long and bitter war. Let's resume that! Oh yeah! No, I wasn't going to do it as another character. That is another thing that we are going to be doing as another character. That's a different thing. That's going to be on Friday, I think. Also, hey, Aeonica's coming with us.
I'm here.
Because Aeonica has not done Tales of the Dragonsong War. Wait, I thought it was here.
It is here.
As we walk. Why isn't it?
Oh no, it's the manservant inside.
It is inside. Yeah. I knew it. I was leaving because I thought it was outside, but it was really inside.
No.
Hello, House for Tall Manservant. Oop, there we go. Deep in thought, the House for Tall Manservant reflects upon a day not so very long ago. Not so very long ago, in a land very close to ours. 'Twas bitterly cold when you first came to our city, when I stood waiting for you before the Ark of the Worthy. To think that was where it all began. How much has changed since that day. Oh man, I remember my hair was a mess! Forgive me. Of late I've been studying the works of a Belladian poet king, who wrote, "To ye who ask of things to come, give thought to what is past and gone." Hey, Aeonica, remember that poet king? That was that really dumb and annoying, like, quest chain. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, that's probably that person. I think it's the same king.
It would be the same, yeah.
So rarely have we the luxury to reflect on the choices we have made, on how they have shaped our lives and the lives of others. Even I, a mere steward whose deeds would not merit a footnote in the annals of history, can see the value in this. I say this to you, Mistress Whispersong, because as you move, so too does the world. Pray spare a moment to contemplate your journey while you can. The road stretched on, obscured by an endless veil of snow. Somewhere in the white beyond stood the great iron gates, and on the other side a humble manservant who awaited the coming of 3 travelers. And he brought us to meet with Elise, in order to learn what we could about the land around us. Hey, Aeonica, let's do it! Yeah, let's go.
Also, I got a slime puddle yesterday from a dungeon.
You were doing the dungeons? I'm glad you got him. Oh, is that the one you were saying you wanted to get, like, you had to run it like 3 or 4 times to get? It was Wanderer's Palace, right?
No, it wasn't in Wanderer's Palace.
Oh no, you needed the rim. That was it. You needed the bow. Yeah, I remember now.
But, no, this one was one of the hearts.
Sorry, one more time?
I think it was Halatali heart.
Oh, it's Halatali.
Not Halatali, Copperbell Mine's heart.
Oh, Copperbell Mine's heart. Oh, by the way, I brought along Harshafant because I figured it was appropriate. What was it? Speaking of Mount... yeah, slime, please stop. Look at him, he's like, oh no, slime coming, oh no, slime! He was defending against it. Anyway, crafted by the first son of House Halionart to honor the passing of one of House Fortom's greatest knights, this miniature replica of the great Harshafant Greystone only begins to tell the tale of a man who devoted his life to the service of his nation and his friends. Lord Harshafant is, from all indications, quite fond of you, says the discomposed cataloger. What is that supposed to mean? Also, wait, is it the first son of House Halionart, Stefanivian? I mean, that would make sense, because he's like the machinist guy, so like he would be an engineer.
Yeah, I believe he is.
Oh, yeah. That's so sweet! Stefanivian made him! Also, who names their kids Stephanivian? Francel, your dad's an idiot. I was just saying.
A warm welcome to you, Mistress Whispersong. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm just thinking about things of the past.
Retracing your steps from those first days in Ishgard. I see. Well, no one could begrudge you for indulging in a little nostalgia. I am reminded how much I owe to you and yours. Lest you forget, foreign merchants were subject to a frankly unreasonable level of scrutiny until relatively recently. Not so now, however. Now goods from every corner of Eorzea flow into our markets, and that, my friend, is a change we can all appreciate.
Hey, yeah, if you go to the foundation, no, not the foundation, the firmament. If you go to the firmament, there's little stalls from Gridania and all sorts over there.
Merchants of all nations speak a common tongue, and its words are coin. Needless to say, there is little profit to be had in prejudice, especially against those who have received the patronage of a count. Thus, when the wards of House Fortom arrived, she was only too happy to make their acquaintance.
Visit Gilbron at the Forgotten Knight. He helped us find Hilda. He's a friend in my book. Oh my goodness, I might have to mute myself for like a second because I feel a nose going on. And I'm back. Just in time. Hello, Gilbert. What'll it be then? Ale, mulled wine? No, don't tell me. Tea? Oh, please. Milk, actually. Oh, also, I'm reminiscent. Oh, so it's to be memories then, is it? Now there's a bitter drought that'll leave you wanting. Assuming you can remember your own name, that is. Take your friend, Tataru. One moment she's just another girl waiting on customers, clearing tables and so forth, and the next she's got a dozen admirers asking after her every bloody night, and I'll be damned if I can remember how it happened. Ha 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 ha!
That's the magic of Tataru.
That's why Tataru's the best, Scion. Singing those stupid songs, dancing those daft dances. Though, to be honest, I think it was her stories that really won him over. Stories of a certain hero's grand adventures across Eorzea, told with a flair that put a minstrel to shame. Who doesn't love a good hero's tale, am I right? Hells, Viva got one about the man who built this tavern. Was one of the founding fathers of Ishgard, or so it goes. Hey, do you remember?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Does the stream remember?
Yeah, does the stream remember? The echo, when all of the knights went their ways, and there were 4 of them who made the high houses, but there were like 2. One of them said, I've got enough of this, I'm leaving, but the other said, I wanted to open a tavern. And that's why it's called the Forgotten Knight, because he was the knight that left. Now, as the Enchiridion told it, besides Haldrith, the only knights who survived the battle with Nidhogg were the founders of the High Houses. Of course, these days, we all know better than to put too much stock in the words of the church, eh?
Indeed.
But there's more to our tale than just words. There's a sword, too. One which has been passed down from the proprietor to proprietor since before anyone can remember. She's a rusty old bugger, but if you look closely at her handle, you can just about make out an inscription. Brothers brave and true, live well, forgotten and content. A man who forsook wealth and fame and chose the life of a humble tavern keeper. It's just a tale, of course, albeit a good one. As for the truth, who can say, friend? Who can say? I do know the truth.
He knew everyone's story, though he would never share his own. An optimist, he wanted to believe in the best in people. Sometimes that faith would be rewarded, other times betrayed, but he would listen regardless, and he would hope.
Oh. Camp Cloudtop. Now that's the place I would love to visit. Well, we're teleporting immediately, so not a problem. There it is. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
I'm pretty frugal with my guild, so.
Excuse me, I still have 15 million. Oh, and I didn't mention, did you see what Rian put in our guild bank?
I have not looked at it.
Oh
no.
my goodness.
I'll have a look after this.
Do
stream.
you remember when we thought we heard that she had 25 million on her?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure she really said 250. Because there is now 100 million gil in our bank account. Thank you, Rian. Rian's the best. I told you Rian comes from a very wealthy family, and Rian is very good with his fingers. Very good with his hands. If you know what I mean. Also, here she is. Here's Alto. Remember, I introduced her. And if you make her your best friend, you get her as a mount. And she is the cutest thing. I love her. She's my favorite. Yeah, I know. Give her a pet. Give her a good pet. She's adorable. I love her. Choop. So, all right, let's check her out in the mount guide. I think she's in number 3. Yes, she is. First encountered as a curious dragonette, Elto became a dragon grown during her stay in Ishgard. With her passion for crafting, she underwent an evolution heretofore unseen in her kind, developing dexterous forelimbs that allow her to deftly wield all manner of implements. You have a knack for this, Elto. Hot DeLong. Oh, they're the bestest of best friends. But, don't do a Shiva thing, okay? Please don't. Add to favorites. Lanate. Mistress Whispersong, I was but this morning thinking of you. I had hoped to speak with you at Sir Amric's investiture, but circumstances conspired to prevent me from attending. Mayhap you will allow me to say now what I could not say then. On behalf of House Leonard and all of Ishgard, I offer to you my deepest and most humblest thanks. You risked your life to stand against our sworn enemy, and freed us from a millennium of torment. Though we can never hope to repay you, we will ever remember you and your deeds, that our children and their children's children might know the woman to whom they owe their lives. A bow? No, it was nothing. I could see that the grand investiture would have been a more fitting occasion for such words, but I could not risk them being left unspoken. What brings you this way? As you can see, Camp Cloudtop remains much the same as it did during the war. Though we need no longer watch the skies for Dravanian outflyers, the Vanu have proven themselves similarly worthy of our attention. Oh no! Emanolane, please! I say, old girl, you have the most uncanny ability to appear whenever I least expect you. Yeah, we were at the Central Kurthus and now out here. But enough about that. On the roll?
I was going to say right back at you, Emanolane.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes, my lord. Ahem. Lady Lene, I am pleased to report that we have succeeded in infiltrating Vuntu territory, and there observed the beastmen harvesting crystals at several different sites. Based on the volume of crystals acquired during our period of surveillance, I have prepared an estimate of how much time I believe it will take the Vundu to gather sufficient crystals for another summoning. I have also taken the liberty of drafting several proposals outlining how the Rose Knights might prevent such an eventuality, such as raiding these sites and securing their stores, as well as a detailed assessment of the risks involved should you choose to proceed. Ahem.
Wow, Emanolane, you actually went somewhere, didn't get immediately kidnapped, and cried? By the Fury! I gathered you were clever, but I was not aware you were capable of this. With respect, you are wasted on your master. Hard-working, full of potential. I think there's a place for you here with the Rose Knights, if you would have it. Ah! That you would even consider taking me into your service is a tremendous honor, milady, and were I free to do so, I should gladly accept, but I am pledged to another, as you well know. What?
Regrettable, but understandable. I take comfort in the fact that a youth of your talented character will never want for opportunities. Manolade. Pledge to another, you rascal! I thought I saw you whispering in young Saulette's ear the other day. You certainly wasted no time wooing our newest maid. There'll be no secrets between us. You must tell me everything. Where have you been sneaking off to together? What adventures you've been having? Every little detail, and don't you dare leave anything out. Ho ho ho! That is not what I meant. I am sure you will not. In any event, you have jointly exceeded my expectations. I grant you leave to return to the city. Should the need arise, I shall call upon you again. Thank you, milady. I believe we shall do as you suggest. Until we meet again, Mistress Whispersong. Indeed! Goodbye. Not so fast! The next airship isn't due for another hour, and we have so much to talk about! On a roll! On a roll! Womp womp! For all the lady's disdain, it was an old familiar dance. To her, Lord Amanolaine would always be the boy fumbling for a compliment, and perhaps there was comfort in that, a memory of home on the bleak frontier. Visit Redwald. Oh yeah, Redwald was the guy who adopted a little girl in the firmament. Every time.
Every time.
It's even the same type of word, a firmament and a foundation. I mean, what? Yeah. Falcon's Nest.
I was very tempted to attack that Gaelicat just to make it so you can teleport.
Speaking of Rian, I was just in contact with her player. With his player.
His player.
His player, her. His player, she is very kind. There we go. Back in the day, I used to refer to the player as he, regardless, just because it was the same character gender, but then she kindly asked me to continue to refer to her as female, so I will refer to her, and if I must, to Rian as well as a girl. Sorry. Calosa's gay now. Whoops. Oh well. 1,000 pardons, Mistress Whispersong. Had I known you were planning to pay us a visit, I would have seen that you received a proper reception. A feast, perhaps, or at least a formal welcome to the men in full dress. Oh, there's no need for that. Oh, you have more than earned it. One need only look to the pilgrims who come in the droves to pray before the relief to see the truth of that. Some abide in silence while others shed tears. Not for sorrow, you understand, but for joy. Joy at being released from Nidhogg's torment. For becoming friends. Is it Artoriel? Why, indeed it is. Sir Redwald, the shipment has been unloaded, and the quartermaster confirms that all supplies are accounted for. Mistress Whispersong, are you here on official business? Nope, just hanging out and reminiscing. A journey to remember and reflect. Aye, much has changed since we first came here together, since I abandoned you to follow the heretic's trail alone. Come, my lord, mayhap you recall the survivor whom you carried back to Falcon's Nest that day, while his wife but recently gave birth to their first child. You saved him! Is that so? Well, well, mayhap I should pay him a visit. Oh, he would doubtless be honored, my lord. You need not put yourself to such trouble. Your responsibilities as count surely leave enough time as it is. Think not on that. I am still me, and you are still you. Whatever our respective titles, I would speak to you as a friend. Oh. This preoccupation with position and power has sown no end of discord between our two houses, to the great detriment of our nation.
'Tis especially galling when one considers that much of what we have achieved was by virtue of our blood and not of our character. So call me Count if you must, but know that I take no pride in it. Mayhap one day, when I have earned it, I will. But not today. Oh, I think he will be a good Count someday.
But today is not that day.
But it isn't. Well, I'm glad that he doesn't think of it that way.
Yes.
Still himself, is he?
Indeed. An honorable man, mindful of tradition, he was loath to accept the assistance of a foreigner in exile. But when forced to confront the bitter truths, he looked within and found himself wanting. Pride be damned, then, if it lead one astray. He would set aside his prejudices and join hands with this gifted outcast for the greater good of Ishgard.
Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine! Time to go remember the time when we beat up a person and Harshafan gave us our black chocobo. Sorry, thank you. Sorry, more re and talk. Taka, you might have heard me taka-takaing. Where are we going again? The Tribunal. Yes, Sacred Tribunal. It's this huge long thing. Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. But it's just called the Tribunal. Thank you. More pelotons! More pelotons! Remember when I came in here as a Dark Knight and murdered a bunch of people?
2 foreign heretics against 2 knights of the heavens warred. Under the watchful gaze of the Fury they would fight, and the winner's claims would be proven true. It was the opening gambit of a greater game whose stakes would remain unknown for some time.
Also, I got a sweet black chocobo.
Speaking of Dark Knights, I should.
Yeah! Hoplon, so it's back up here.
Yeah, sorry, no more pelotons.
Rip, that's fine. You are Mistress Whispersong, if I am not mistaken.
That's me!
We have met, though I am sure you do not remember. 'Twas a seeming lifetime ago, when you answered the Archbishop's summons. I often come here to reflect upon all that has come to pass, and when I saw you gazing at the Holy Vault, I thought perhaps that you had too. You turned our world upside down, everything we held dear, for change, for the truth. They say it had to be done, that his grace sought godhood. If so, then perhaps it was the Fury's will that you prevail.
I'm sorry.
But to say it, to believe it, no man is without sin. That no man is without sin. I was thinking it was like a man in general is with a sin, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But he was so pious and humble, wholly devoted to the church and to his people. I knew him, miss, and he was a good man. Whatever else he may have been, I will remember him as a good man. I'm sure he did care about his people. He obviously did.
To walk the righteous path, to live for the sake of others, to rise to the highest station, yet remain powerless to bring an end to your people's suffering. What price salvation, then? What sacrifice beyond reason? For uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. I do remember hearing about all of, like, there have been quite a few books detailing all of the high-ranking Nazi people who, like, everyone was saying, but he's such a good father! And it was like, he was practicing eugenics by murdering thousands of people. But you never know, man. And I mean, I'm sure that, oh, and Limza, thank you.
No, I'm going to Mist.
You monster! Fine.
I figured that was the way you would go to.
I would probably. You know what? I'll show you all the secrets. Thank goodness we have the mansion. But yeah, so I'm sure that his their family members continue to see him as a kind person, but and you know what? I'm not gonna begrudge him that. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. I don't. Up to the Aetherite Plaza. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be covered in people.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be my first time here since
It's not that bad.
Thing started.
Yeah. I think Freya, Fantasia'd. I don't remember. Wait!
Probably.
Maybe not. I think Freya was a Lalafell.
Freya
Yeah,
has been a Lalafell before.
Yeah, I have so many friends, and a lot of them that I don't 100% remember where I befriended them and what kind of character they actually are. Calosa, this is most unexpected. Do you have business with the Admiral? Well, I'm sure if she's busy, I can be turned away. Journey of remembrance, you say? Well, far be it from me to deny you. Unannounced or not, I suspect the Admiral would be most displeased if she heard that I had turned you away. That's very kind of you, sir. Thank the Navigator. I had resigned myself to another day spent listening to my advisors prattle on about the Beastman's latest movements. Come, Calosa, tell me of your adventures. The Ishgardians sail in uncharted waters. Though I hope these new reforms of theirs meet with no resistance, should not be the first grand voyage to run afoul of reefs ere it properly began. But with Sir Aemeric at the helm, they may yet chart a course for generations to follow, and with Elvi at his side as the Azure Dragoon, I'm sure it cannot be that difficult. Which is not to say that our own doesn't need correcting. The Alliance has grown complacent. The bloody nose you gave us at the melee showed me that. Not that I have forgotten the lessons of the banquet. Rest assured we will root out any further turncoats before the dagger is at our back. You may have my word on that, and Lady Eugiri's besides. Glad to see you two are such good friends. She had never been one to retreat, much less in the face of transparent theatrics, but this had been no ordinary battlefield, its rules of engagement anything but clear, so she would watch, and she would learn, and in time, she would act. Hey, can we talk to you? Never again, Calosa. Never again. Yeah. Heck yeah. Visit Eugiri and Revenant Soul. Let's head out, exit, because we're not technically in the same instance. That way you can bum a ride from me.
Sure.
I remember doing that a lot with Dad. It was like, oh, we're in the Rising Stones? Well, we better hop out so that we can both... Actually, you know what? We've been teleporting so much. Let me get my Aetherite pass. I have 167 of these. I am going to use them. There we go. Yeah, it shaved off like 200 gil.
Oh, a fate? no,
What?
it's a yeah. This guy is it's a escort.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and it starts here. So someone just started it up, and I was like, wait, what? Wait,
Oops. Upstairs.
Higiri. Yeah, it's Higiri. She's in the cooking. She's in the kitchens. Yeah. El Toro's just
With her
like, hey
boyfriend.
everyone, what's up? Oh god, it's a dragon. Hi everyone. Okay.
Hikiri and her boyfriend.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mistress Calosa is aught amiss. I'm both flattered and surprised that you should remember my small role in this tale, given the grandeur of your subsequent endeavors. Though I must confess to having derived some selfish pleasure from donning the garments of the shinobi once more, I'm honored to have been able to assist in freeing General Raoban from his captivity. And I believe I speak for all of my countrymen when I say that we are most grateful to have been granted the opportunity to contribute to this restoration of the Scions. Much has changed, it is true, and much may never be as it once was. But in watching you and yours rise from the ashes and rebuild, I am reminded that we must never give in to despair, for there is something which may yet to be saved. And yeah, this is her boyfriend. They are the cooking. They are main characters of the cooking Stormblood. The oaths we swear. That's the next one.
Yeah, this is the next one. I'm pretty sure Rolf used to be part of the Adventurers Guild here in Revenant's Toll as well.
Yeah! Was he around in A Realm Reborn? Because I remember he does mention that he was an adventurer, but now I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I can't remember if he was
actually
involved
an
with
NPC.
the Crystal Graves or anything, but
yeah, I'm forgetting, honestly. I'll have to look it up, yeah. Prevention was ever better than cure, as Higiri knows only too well.
Will you be traveling to Ul'dah next? If so, I would ask a favor of you. I have prepared a special unguent to aid in General Raoban's rehabilitation. Injuries such as his must be tended to daily, even long after they have healed. You need only deliver it to his man, Commander Swift. He will see that the Flame General receives it. Don't mind if I do. Thanks.
Wow. People are going insane over there. People are being insane in the Novnet.
oh.
Someone was like, I hate walking back to Minfilia so many times. It's like, that's what Vesper Bay tickets are for?
Oh, right.
Like, I'm the one who had to do that. Also, apparently, you can actually do this. You jump here, then jump here, then jump here. Ah! Ha ha! That's the secret. You can jump on this, and then this, and then this. Bam!
Yeah.
I even realized that. I always walked around because I'm a loser.
I do anyway because I'm lazy and don't want to do jumping puzzles.
Don't want to press spacebar. You
Yeah.
want to do it one-handed. Greetings, Calosa. What is it that you have there? Here you go. Containing a variety of ground herbs and natural oils, the recipe for this traditional medicine has been passed down for generations. Here you are. This is for Mr. Raoban. I guess General Raoban. Mr. Yeah.
Aldine is his last name.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was not aware the General required such stuff. And one of our Doman friends made this for him, did she? Very well, I'll be sure to pass it on. Actually, wait here. We have just this moment concluded a meeting, and I expect he would be glad to speak with you before returning to the palace. Oh yeah! So, Commanders.
His namesake.
What was that?
I was just saying Swift living up to his namesake.
Running very fast. So, Commander Swift tells me you came all this way to deliver an unguent.
I actually have no idea how to pronounce that.
Daily, she
Nobody
says.
does.
Ha! Well, maybe it's best to be prudent. The gods alone know why you agreed to deliver it for her, though. Because I'm a nice person! Maybe you guys could learn the thing Unless you mean to favor me with that rematch I requested. Ha 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 ha!
Maybe another time, Mr. Raubon. I was nice, but not that nice.
I jest, lass. You're on a journey of reflection, are you not? Aye, Merlip said as much. And now you want to relive the moment you pulled me from the pit Ilberd left me in to rot. It shames me to think of it. I was so blind to its hatred. Lolorito tells me that it's not always so, that Ilberd admitted to him he once believed that I would return to Alamigo at the head of an army. But years passed and I did nothing. For all my accomplishments, for all my wealth and power and influence, I did naught to better the plight of my own people. Not for lack of trying, of course, but Ilberd didn't know. He thought the bull of Alamiga had grown fat and complacent, that my story set a bad example for our countrymen. Forget your homeland and chase the Uldan dream, a fine, impossible dream which gave men the strength to endure their hardships to try to make new lives for themselves here. So the dream had to die. He would kill me, stir up the disillusioned, arm them at the monetarist's expense, and then... Forgive me. The Scions paid the price for my failings. Don't worry, we made our own failings. I was gonna say actually I didn't, but you know what? I was too reliant on my crystal blessing. I took it for granted. So even I made a failing as well. So, you know, we all have failings. No one's perfect. The gods know we've no shortage of debts to repay, of vows to keep and duties to discharge. But mark me well, lass, there will be a reckoning. Mayhap not today, mayhap not tomorrow, but a reckoning there will be. And Stormblood! Ba-dum-chun! Let's do it!
Let's kick some Garlean butt! Fist bump! And he's gone.
A refugee of a fallen nation, he had risen from the depths of poverty to claim a seat on the syndicate. Yet for all his great deeds, one was left undone, and like sand through an hourglass, the years had slipped away, taking with them an old friend's hope. Oh, sorry, no one's perfect, except Chachale. Oh, wait a minute. Who's that? I don't know. That's the secret. We'll find out another time. Gorgane Mills in the Kurthus Western Highlands. Hey, I think we're going to be meeting up with an old friend.
Well, we know that she's Papali Pali's cousin.
Oh yeah, we do know a little bit about Chachale. Chachale. Chachale, chale, chachale. Chachale. Oh no, I'm gonna burp. I don't want to burp. Ah, nice. Kept myself from burping. Is it time? It's time! Allay, bird of the spiked butt! Never not do this quest!
Alright,
who should I do it as? Should I do it as a summoner? Nope. I should not do it as a summoner. Who should I do it as? Let's do it as a blue mage. Let's just absolutely annihilate this jerk. Grim-looking fellow there in full regalia is our company's newest Night Dragoon. Why so grim, you ask? No reason I can fathom. But now the Moon-Touch lad has taken to challenging all who pass by to duels. You're free to test your mettle if you wish, but where are the boys? But... Oh wait, no, not yet. I gotta change back, because I was tanking as him for a bit. Hey, there we go, much better. Alright. Hey, can you finish him off for me? Ah, thanks. Hey, we did it! No ifs, ands, or buts.
So I just got a memory.
Nice! See, I told you we should do more memories. Alright. I've already done that in, what was it? Part 1 of Hildebrand's. And I did all of his great lines. So, plugging my own stuff, head over to that part and check it out. Part 1 of Hildebrand's. It's towards the end, so you don't gotta look too long. It was the time when you gotta go out into the fields to find Gigi. So there you go. Now you don't gotta search so much. You're welcome. But always do a lame bird of the spiked butt. Never not. Boing. Alright. Shoo. By the Fury, is that you, Mistress Whispersong? Forgive me, but what reason could you possibly have for returning to this gods-forsaken place? Just reminiscing about my old adventures. Mayhap it is fate which brings you here on this day of introspection and reflection. What do you mean? We are come to Gorgane Mills to accept the surrender of a half-dozen heretics who once fought for Lady Iceheart. If you are intending to visit the cellars, I would ask that you do nothing to unsettle them. Of course! I would never just attack people. Penitent heretic. Wait, I know you! You're at the amphitheater with the Dragon Slayer! It's okay, I'm not here to hurt you. I suppose we owe you an apology. When you came to us seeking to parley, we were sure it was a scheme to lure out Our Lady. We were sure about a lot of things. When she first shared her revelation, when she told us that she was not Saint Shiva reborn, we assumed it was a test. For had we not prayed for salvation? Had she not descended to deliver us from evil? She replied that our prayers were but fuel for a fever dream, a construct born of desperation and denial. She was no savior, she said. But when we marched upon Ishgard regardless, she pulled us from the brink of oblivion and implored us to find another way. And here we are, ready to lay down our arms at last. It's time. Of course. Yeah, it is Durandare. She considered you a friend. Had things been different, we could have been friends too. Farewell. Take care. Forsaken by gods and men, they found salvation in a revelation. They would take up arms against their own kind to set ancient wrongs to right, cut out Ishgard's festering heart, and the war would be over. This they knew, believed with all their being, until their savior told them their efforts would be for naught. Ooh, heading to the convictory. Sometimes it's a little faster than I was expecting. I love her! She's so cute! She's even got her little frying pan, see? And her little, like, pick that she can go mining with. She's the best. And, oh, and her little hammer for like, smelting and hammering. Here. Hey, Janelo. Well, if it isn't the Grey Warrior of Light herself, she who slew the dread worm Nidhogg, bringing an end to 1,000 years of war, and my very livelihood! Well, go on then, strike me down and finish the job! Stab me right in the heart, I'll even lend you my spear if you like! After all, I won't be bloody needing it! Jeez!
That's not a spear, sir, that is a pitchfork.
Exactly. That is a trident? I don't know.
A trident, that's the word I was looking for.
Tell me true, for a moment I had you fooled. Ye gods, as if I could hate the woman who rid us of Nidhogg. Oh, and lest you worry, that business about me losing my livelihood couldn't have been further from the truth. In point of fact, peace is now proving surprisingly lucrative. As our nation's ties with Hraesvelgur's brood have grown stronger and our interests in Dravania have begun to expand, we've seen a marked increase in the number of travelers on the road. Needless to say, said travelers require protection, which we are only too happy to provide. Granted, such work will not earn you a lordship like slaying a dragon might, but it pays well enough and it's far less prone to end in incineration, which seems a reasonable enough compromise, all things considered. As long as there are wars to fight, there will be those who take up arms not out of hatred or even a sense of duty, but for want of better employment. When presented with an alternative, such individuals may gladly trade their swords for scythes, or, failing that, pledge those swords to a more worthy cause. Hey, Tailfeather! Something the matter, lass? Nath giving you trouble? No, I'm just reminiscing. Journey of remembrance, eh? Gods, it feels like only yesterday that your sail turned up in Tailfeather with you in tow, back into our lives and gone all too soon. Oh. Did I ever tell you how we found her 5 years back? In a torpor, out in the forest, all by her lonesome? Aye, well, we weren't about to leave her there, so we carried her back there and intended to her till she woke up. Didn't say a word for days, the sail just sat there and stared at the sky as if the ground held nothing for her. And it did it, we learned, when she finally spoke. Now you might think she's not one to smile, but if you'd seen her in those years that followed. Then one day, all of a sudden, she says she's got a truth that must be shared, up in leaves for gods know where, and that was the last we heard of her, for a time. Redemption's not beyond us, friends. Come and hear the truth. Come and hear the Lady Iceheart speak. And they did, from far and wide, or so the story went. Some said there was nothing in it, but I knew. I knew. I think, Calosa, that deep down most folk want to do right by themselves and by others. And they try, oh, how they try. You do, certainly. And so did she. Apologies, you came here to think on your own memories, not listen to mine. I take it the Nath are next?
Is this the legacies we leave?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. He has like 5 quests for me.
Rip. Right then, if we're to do this properly, you'll need to gather up your incentives, same as before. In case you've forgotten, there's a basket of fresh callum tree fruit, a good-sized jar of landtrap nectar, and a dirty, great cartload of young Nanka flesh.
Oh
What?
no, not again.
Ah, come on, lads. Surely you can't be that bloody daft. You're more than welcome in their village already. Safe travels. Ha ha ha. Good joke. Whee! Just do a little slide in here. Click, click, click. Hunter of dragons and gods, I bid you welcome. What would you ask of me this day? Just stories, actually. Once we would have no conception of what you would speak. The one mind does not forget, but we do. It can be most distressing. To remember is not enough. One must strain and give words to memory, and inscribe words upon parchment. This is the Chronicle's calling. He wrote of how you came to Lost Bath, and how you left to slay Ravana, and how the young hunter trained with the old hunter while you were away. We shall treasure these memories, this history you have given us.
And when the new Vath join us, we shall share it with them as well. Bound no longer to the will of the many, they were now free to walk their own path. Thus reborn, they would write the first chapter of a new history to be passed on to future generations. And as their culture grew older and richer, so too would their story. Is there a chronicler? There he is. Here he is.
There he is, yeah.
We can't talk to him in New Game Plus mode.
The hunters who seek only words. I have many to share. Come and listen. Oh, it's the what do you do here? Yeah.
I had a feeling. The reason why Alto is such a good mount is because her behind is so big that you don't notice how big my robes look all fluffed out like that.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is you like
real
big butts.
thick.
You like big butts and you cannot lie.
I really cannot lie. Friend of Ysael, warrior of warriors, thou art ever welcome in Annick's shrine. What bringeth thee to us this night? Just a journey of remembrance, Vidofnir. There is much wisdom to be gained from looking to the past, to walk half-remembered paths and mock anew their twists and turns. We too do this, though not through pilgrimage, nor less the written word beloved of thy historians. In song do we preserve the deeds of our lost and chronicle the passing of the ages. Naught hath greater power to stir our hearts. 'Twas a dirge of profoundest sadness that roused Nidhogg's brew to action, a dirge which soundeth no more. Now a new song riseth to fill the void, one of hope rekindled, of war's end and peace's rebirth. I shall sing of thee and Ysael ever after, that all may know and remember. In the chorus the fallen could rise once more, for none are dead whose names yet echo to the heavens, and the song would not end until the last voice fell silent. Heroes and villains, sinners and saints, all would live again. And one more time, Elto is a daughter, a descendant of Ratatoskr, whose songs were the most beautiful of all dragons. So she wants to one day make a great song about humans and dragons living together. Let's go visit Moglin! Woo! Good. I was gonna say good King Moglin, but he's not a king. Shouldn't be very rude about that. Good Chieftain Moglin. Good Chieftain Mog. There we go.
Now we get out of the way.
Well, yank my palm and call me a molebat! Hey! That's what Molgudi comes from, is what is it? Molguda, which is mole, and Komori, which is bat. So a mole bat is actually a Molgudi, which is a Moogle, which is why their eyes are closed like a mole and they have bat wings. Hey! There you go! There's some Final Fantasy trivia! I certainly wasn't expecting to see you today. Still calling yourself Calosa? Ugh, not that there's anything wrong with that, Capo. Anyway, what are you doing here? Just remembering about my journey. Thank heavens for that. I was sure you were going to ask for help with it. Another one of your exciting quests. But by all means, I'd love to help pass the time reminiscing about the good old days. And when better than now, Capo? What with your friends visiting and all? Wait here and I'll fetch them. What are you talking about? Friends visiting? Kane-senna! Full glad am I to see you again, Calosa, and in Morgholm of all places. Kapow! It really is you! And just when we are about to leave! It's great to see you guys! I think it wonderful, this pilgrimage of yours, a final reflection upon the past, that you might face the future with eyes unclouded and a heart at peace. Few would deny that the events of recent days warrant such contemplation. When last we stood in this place, I dare say none among our number would have believed what was to follow, young Estinian least of all. Upon learning what befell him at Azys Law, I confess I thought him lost. But when Master Alphino told me of your great struggle, and of his salvation, I was reminded of your talent for the impossible. If you ask me, he seemed altogether too stubborn to die, though I suppose it is no small feat to evict a spite-filled worm once he has made its home in one's head. With the Nidhogg's passing, the children of Ishgard and Dravania may at last look to the future. It is my hope, however, that they will not forget the deeds of history, nor the many thousands of lives lost in the conflict, for only through remembrance will they avoid the mistakes of the past. We thank you again for your hospitality, Chieftain Moglin, and pray that you will one day allow us to extend the same courtesy. I wish you well on your journey, Calosa. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Until we meet again, Kapow! I do love that she only brought one keeper of the entwined serpents, and it was her favorite one. Even in the farthest reaches of distant, dangerous lands, one may chance upon a friendly face. Though given to mischief and largely unconcerned by the troubles of the outside world, they came to understand Ishgard's plight and agreed to lend their aid. Eventually, that is. The ruins southeast of Zenith. This is the one I remember most of all. The part where we go and visit,
Oh.
Yeah.
I got lost.
Whoops. Rip-a-roni. Hey there, sorry I had something pressing to do while I flew. Sorry. You got to listen to a beautiful song instead. Nice. Oh, I kind of wish you were here with me in the cutscene.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
The crackling warmth of Alphino's campfire, the savory waft of your sail's bubbling stew, the soft snoring of Moghan asleep on the grass. A cold wind blew that night as well, and on the morrow they mounted the steps and blew the horn. But having climbed to the summit with hope in their hearts, they descended dejected, weighed down by truths too grim to contemplate. That Ishgard were the people who started the war, that we were killing our own people. But before we could fight Nidhogg in the Eyrie for the first time, there was someone we had to save. Yes! In a little circle, and gone.
I thought we were going up to meet Kreisfolger immediately, but no.
Yeah, I thought so too, but that was the thing where they were saying, oh, but that we went up there and it was bad and it didn't work. Okay, now go to the Chamber of Rule. Okay, game. Speedrunning strats! Beer. Got him. Oh yeah, shaving off 0.0 seconds. 0.0 seconds. 0.001.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I know, right? You there, over here, quickly! Huh? Huh? What? Oh, I thought it was a paladin. Oh! Wow, you had a manly voice. Oh, did you like it? I should have known you would see through my disguise, but enough talk. We cannot linger here, lest the guards recognize their sultana. Shh.
Oh, in not New Game Plus, she says, after all, you have seen it before.
Aww.
But that's because I've done later stuff.
Ah, yeah.
As you may have deduced, I was taking the air outside the palace when I saw you standing there, staring off into space. Have you something on your mind? Just a journey of reflection. I understand completely. So much has happened. So much has changed. And in all so short a space of time. Even now I struggle to make sense of it all. But one thing, at least, is abundantly clear. I owe you an immense debt of gratitude for all you have done on my behalf and on behalf of those whom I hold dear. Oh, you know why? Because you started in Ul'dah. You started in Ul'dah, right?
Oh, that could be true.
And when you first met her, she was this
disguised. Yeah.
So that's probably why she said that.
Could be.
Huh? After I awoke, Papa Shun told me everything. It was a lot to take in, but nothing could prepare me for what Lord Lolorito had to say. That ruthless, manipulative swine came before me and expressed regret for what had come to pass. And, thinking to make amends, offered all of Telechi Adelegi's assets, as well as half of his own personal fortune, to the crown. And I accepted. Long did I debate how best to use his wealth. There's no end to the troubles facing our nation, and no shortage of worthwhile causes. Yet none among our people have suffered more than the refugees, and it is they who shall be first to receive aid and succor. There is also the matter of the terrible wrongs committed against you and yours, for which I am in large part responsible. Nay, do not protest. It is the truth. Accordingly, I have set aside monies to aid in the Scion's rebuilding, if you would have them. Ooh, what will you say? Well, given how taking money from you, Ul'dah, like, higher ups, kind of caused this in the first place, I'm gonna have to say, at least on the books, mayhap it is best we did not. There are going to be rumors that we are in your pockets, and we cannot. I'm sorry. I see. I trust you know that I would never presume to atone for my mistakes with money. I only wish to see it put to good use. Assuming you have no objections, I shall pledge the funds to the continued development of Revenant's Toll. That's a little better. Did you do the other side?
I did. It's fairly similar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Except except not saying anything about Revenant's Toll.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, listen to me. So much for enjoying a moment's respite outside the palace walls. It rather seems as if I have brought my responsibilities with me. I suppose I should return. Have a good one. Lady Lilira, you must come at once. Father is worried sick, you know. Gah, confound it, you lot. Search this area. I know she came through here. That's Papa Shun. On the other hand, it is essential that a ruler see firsthand how her subjects go about their daily lives, and I have not visited the markets in weeks. 'Twould be a shame to let this opportunity go to waste. I think you just like running Papa Shun ragged. Calosa, might I impose on you to have a brief yet cordial conversation with those Sultan Sworn? I leave the choice of subject matter up to you. Take care. You know what? Sure.
She has a very strong Garnet energy when she's
Lilia.
at Lily.
Oh no,
Lady
Lilira. Yeah,
Lilira.
Lilira.
Yeah.
She is adorable and I love her.
Yeah.
Hey, Salted Sworn Elite! I beg your pardon, miss. Did you perchance see a young Lalafell noblewoman pass this way?
No, not at all.
Are you certain? Oh dear. Master Papashan said this might happen, but I never truly believed he was serious.
Are you new, sir?
The Salted Sworn Elite sports a faintly troubled expression, as if straining to remember something important. Wait, I know you! You're Calosa Whispersong! What a stroke of luck! I can think of none better qualified to help us. You see, it is no mere noblewoman that we seek. Ah, but Master Papashan was most explicit about the need for secrecy. Pray forget I mentioned it. We'll find we'll find the lady on our own.
Yeah, I wonder why a Sultan Sworn Paladin would be searching for a little girl. I just wonder. What cruel fate to lose her father as a child and be compelled to rule in his stead, and how the years had tempered her dreams and taught her, sometimes brutally, the price of naivete. Though outwardly unscathed by her ordeal, it was a wiser and more wary Nanamo who reclaimed the throne. Time to head to Revenant's Toll. Back to Revenant's Toll. We went to meet Higiri, and now we're going back again.
Yep, to see Aeonica.
Yeah, I love Allian. She's such a sweetheart. I pray. Oh, she's outside. Thank goodness.
It does say Revenant's Toll, not in.
Yeah, not in the Rising Stones. There you are, Calosa. Higiri told me of your pilgrimage. I knew it was only a matter of time before you sought me out. I, too, have been reflecting on the choices which shaped my path. When I took the road with my grandfather, when I joined the Crystal Braves, when I tried and failed to warn you before the banquet. Oh, Allian, I was just afraid you got hurt! I had my suspicions about Wilrid's death, that it was the work of a Garlean spy within our ranks, but I could not be sure who was involved, hence my desire to speak with you in private. What happened? I thought long and hard about how to approach you without arousing suspicion, mayhap too long. Eventually, I decided to arrange a meeting through Mistress Momodi. Little did I know that bastard Laurentius had seen me do it. Shortly thereafter, the fourth received urgent summons. Needless to say, I had no choice but to answer, and soon found myself at the mercy of Captain Ilbert's band of traitors. They confined me to the Rising Stones, along with the others still loyal to the Scions. Riol, FME, Aumgurs. Oh, jeez. Quite what they had planned to do with us, I couldn't say. Mayhap they thought we would turn, given time. The fools. Lieutenant Yuyuhase bid the Third keep us under constant guard, but when Captain Ilbert moved to carry out General Raubon's execution, they were forced to withdraw all but a token force. That was when we took them by surprise one night, and then it was over. One might argue that it turned out better than it had any right to, all things considered. Still, there are nights when I lie awake wondering if I had done things differently. If I had been more careful or more decisive, what then? There is naught to be gained from thinking thus. We must count our blessings, must we not? We are still here, and most of what was broken can be rebuilt. You will see, Calosa. You will see. You take care of your grandpa, okay? He still's got his bad back. For the freedom of all. It had begun with an oath that ended with a betrayal, as the conspirators turned on their comrades for coin and country. The good and true were beaten and imprisoned, or else butchered where they stood. But even in their darkest moments, they never stopped believing that the dawn's light would shine again. Dye Steel Manufactory in Ishgard. When we got the mana cutter, I think. I think this is mana cutter time.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Time to see my boss, I guess.
Yeah. Yay, Stephanivian! Yes.
Sorry, I'm late.
Aw, you had to make sure you were prepared to go meet with your boss again.
Why, hello there, Calosa. Fancy meeting you here. Oh, hey, Wedge.
Oh, and Biggs, too! You two are never far apart.
Well, if they can help it.
Yeah, I know, right? Reminiscent about the glory days, eh? Aye, we spent many a sleepless night hammering away in that corner of ours. How's your mana cutter holding up, by the way?
Fit as a fiddle. Yeah.
Ha, that's good to hear. Not that I had any doubts, like, our craftsmanship second to none, except for Sid.
Quite right. It'll take more than swirling winds and raging dragons to bring her down, and that, my friend, is an Ironworks guarantee.
Speaking of which, on the back of the field test success, we've gone ahead and licensed the design for mass production. Soon the Sky Steel manufactory will be churning out mana cutters by the dozen. Hey! I guess you got a whole bunch of them! Those Sky Pirates!
Yeah.
Which is why we're here today, as a matter of fact, to make sure their machinists don't bugger anything up.
Apparently, adventurers have been queuing up to place an order, and even some Sky Pirates.
Up there it is.
Just imagine the sea of clouds teeming with our creations fills me with a father's pride.
Right then, that's enough patting ourselves on the back. We've got to make sure the cutters are up to snuff, or Jesse'll never let us hear the end of it. From now till we finish, there'll be no more breaks, distractions, and not one wink of sleep, do you hear me?
Wah! Oh my god, I'm getting car chocobo.
Ho, 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 ho.
Hee hee hee.
Well, we'll leave you to it. Till next time, eh? Yeah!
See you around. See you around. Despite the many hardships they had endured, or perhaps because of them, they greeted every new challenge with a smile. Their workshop, their battlefield, their tools, their weapons. They invariably rose to the occasion, delivering ingenious solutions to seemingly insoluble problems.
Is it the monastery? No, the monstery.
Monstery.
In the churning mist.
Monstery.
Churning mists. Churning mists. Is that in Zenith? I'm just gonna do Log Home because it's less money.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think it's the part.
Oh, it's the northeast. Cloud.
Yeah, it's where the area is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monstery. Monster, 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 monstery. Monstery. Sorry, LV was just drawing up some pictures, so I wanted to go look at it while we flew. Sorry, you guys don't get to see it. Maybe I'll like send them out to some people who specifically asked. But
Yeah.
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 The Airy. I need some water. Through tempestuous winds they carved a path, breaching the dreadworm's sanctum, and there did they put him to the sword. Oh yeah, I had a big sword that time, didn't I? Yet in the wake of hard-fought victory, there were secrets laid bare in a vision dark and disturbing. The legacy of the fathers bequeathed to their sons and passed down through the generations, old blood enduring in the new, the mark of original sin.
And back to Ishgard.
Oh, but we're gonna be speaking with Hilda, so definitely worth. There we go. Alright, oh right, she's in the broom. Wrong button.
Oh, right, she is.
She's in the broom. I remember people were like, oh, the Machinist class quests are so dumb, and it was like, but Hilda's in them, and it was like, so? And I was like, what? I was ready to beat a person up. Like, how dare you say so when Hilda is there? And there she is at last. Gilbrand said you were wandering all over, reminiscing about days gone by. Seems a bit soon if you ask me. It's not like I don't understand, though. Some days I'll be walking through the broom, same as normal, and it'll hit me all of a sudden just how much has changed for us. Though I know it's a bit different from what you've been through. Puts me in the mind the first time I saw her and her friends up near the Aetheryte, being shown around by that House for Tom man. Yeah, that was the guy who was like, hey, you guys should go over to the tavern, because you're all hoity-toity kids. Oh, you never told me you met before. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It weren't so much a mean as a heckling, to be honest. When I heard their guide warning them off paying a visit to the broom, it stuck in my craw. And you gotta admit that Master Alphino's a spitting image of a snotty little lordling. A little lordling that went on to fight 2 Knights of the Heavens Ward with Calosa here in a trial by combat. Not to mention helping retake the vault from the true brothers. Fury have mercy, it feels like a bleeding lifetime ago, don't it? Of course it was. What we've got now is nothing like what came before. It's a bleeding rebirth is what it is. Cold comfort to the folk who died getting us here. Still, the peace is ours and we owe it to ourselves to make the most of it. Meaning we've got to work twice as hard to make the broom a better place. And no more ass and bluebirds, neither. Leave it to me. Of course. Aye aye! A world apart from the opulence of the pillars, they had toiled, shrouded in the haze of the broom. Sentenced to a life of hardship by birth, they dreamed of revolution as children dream of fairies. Then one came and went, and they suddenly found themselves in a seat at the table. Akzundu! Oh wow, we just skipping straight over Harshafont.
Wait.
Yeah. Because that was when, she said we took the vault. And now we're just going to Akzundu immediately. Ho! Clouds part and let sun shine brilliant upon Lanu Vanu. Great Netherling warrior returns to Akzundu on pilgrimage of remembrance? Well, well! We bid you warmest welcome, slayer of false gods and champion of fallen Gundu, whose fledgling village continues to grow and prosper, now free from the shadows of Vundu oppression. But Lono Vanu is not one to forget Netherling's first coming, when she saves us from certain death at the hands of the Black Ones, distant memory though it is. Yes, her many deeds are the stuff of legends. We shall remember the stories and the hero's name, Calosa Whispersong, for they are worthy of celebration now and ever after. An earnest, good-natured people, they had borne witness to the rage of their beloved god's twisted manifestation, and proclaimed it to be false. By the grace of kind travelers were they duly delivered from its wrath, the mad god's death signaling the birth of a new hero. And while we're here, we haven't been hanging out with these cool, awesome friendlies. So here is where you hang out for the Beast Tribes! Yeah! This is where you talk with the Beast Tribe people. And you get to be their friends. That's weird. Where are all the... Huh. I don't know what happened with the...
There's literally nobody here.
Yeah, there's no one here for you. Because you haven't seen it all. But yeah, this is their little outpost where we learn how to dance the warriors dance. Oh, we can't talk to Linu Valley. Can we talk to Muna?
Free of ceaseless interference from Vundu menace, Okgundu Naki continues to thrive. One day, Muna tells Netherling of his stories, but not today. Gundu still have many requests to make of Calosa, but like Sanwa that carries master from dawn to dusk, Netherling earns her rest. Hey, yeah, okay. But that also means that we can show off... Where are they? There's all sorts. There he is, the Sanwa. Countless turns of the sun did Luna Vanu train this wild Sanwa to obey the orders of man, and for many moons did he wait for one he deemed worthy of taking up this noble Cloudkin's reins. Wait, he did, until you arrived. Wild Sanwa, fierce as monsoon rains, Ganu Vanu. Let's try him out. Yeah! Now I can knock people off of cliffs. Like tanks. Ha! Got him. Oh, but we're heading to Gridania. Oh, rip! We're not going to be able to see him. Alright, well then let's look at him a little bit more. Wow, he's so cool! He's in my favorites, so he'll pop up once in a while. Alright. To Gridania! Yeah, it's cute, isn't it, Aqua? I like the Sanwa. And hey, Aqua, glad to have you with us. Oh man, I remember Yamitra is like all the way over in this place that's like so far away from any Ethernet shard.
Yeah.
It sucks.
You have to go to like the Lance's Guild or Miketos.
Yeah. Hey, Aqua! I see that wave. I'm waving back, you just can't see it. I lied, I wasn't actually waving. But now I am, there you go. There you go, I waved. Well met, Calosa. What brings you here this night? Just remembering about when we had to pull Y'shtola out of the ether, the life stream. Indeed. It seems like an age. It was not all that long ago that we rescued Y'shtola from the life stream. How quickly we began to forget even those memories most precious to us. In my defense, I might add that I have rarely missed an opportunity to make new memories with my sister in the day since her return. I'm so glad we were able to save her then. Our conversations are largely on matters of scientific and professional concern, ancient Allegan technologies, primals, Asians, and so forth. She has been an insatiable thirst for knowledge, as you know. Yet, while I understand her desire not to burden those around her with her troubles and to carry on as she did before, I do worry that her willingness to manipulate her own ether to compensate for the loss of her sight may have dire repercussions. Wah! She never told you then? But of course not. 'Twould rather have defeated the purpose. You should know that the technique she employs places a tremendous strain on her body. She is, of course, well aware of her limits, and more than willing to ignore them should she deem it necessary. I pray you see that she does not. Regrettably, she is wont to ignore my advice when it does not suit her, yet given your shared experience, perhaps she will be more willing to heed your warnings. The sister was under no illusions as to the dangers of the life she had chosen. Should the worst come to the worst, Y'shtola would do what was needed to be done, pay any price, make any sacrifice, and that without hesitation. She was a woman of conviction, deserving of respect and admiration, and no small amount of worry. Yeah, now we're heading to Idleshire, my fave! Idleshire is in Ishgard, Idleshire. Yeah, she is her sister, yeah. They both agreed that it is a half-sister. They're from the same Nun, because they are sun cats, so, yeah. So they're different mothers, but same father, same Nun. Why must governing great combination be so difficult? Like herding curls, stupid curls with muchly differing views on glorious nation's future direction. You know, calm down, Slowfix, it's fine. Yes, Slowfix knows he is letting emotions run wild. Uplander is welcome, voice of reason. Not when Uplanders first returned to Idleshire, yes? So much venom in that one's tongue flaps, calling Gobbyflock thieves! But Slowfix saw a way to mutual understanding. Citizenship in society, first step in strengthening communal ties, gives all vested interest in continued prosperity of egalitarian utopia. Yay! For the final objective of this quest, you will receive no guidance from the journal or the duty list. You will need to read the text carefully and decipher the clues to determine your next course of action. You ready for this, Aeonica?
Now I'm ready.
Okay. I see that black chocobo chick. Aww. Slowfix is a goblin beast set by troubles great and small. And now Slowfix bids Uplander fulfill civic duty as citizen of Idleshire with hand-lending of great import. In caves south of settlement lives Old Crone, wielder of powerful magics used to crafty make frogmen that chase away curious gobbies. Uplander has made many busy deals with Old Crone, yes? Then Uplander can appeal to Crone's better nature and make her call off of frogman harriers. And while we're here, why don't we look at that? Black Chocobo Chick. This poor Chocobo Chick was as yellow as an ear of millicorn before one day being doused in black ink by a random passerby bedecked in silver accessories. Try as the Choco Keepers might, none were able to remove the taint, and thus the realm's first black Chocobo was born. Oh my gosh, there's no finer feel than that of a Chocobo between your legs. Thanks, Ladakia. Alright. It says speak with Matoya. And like, there's nothing on our thing, but it says...
It's at the final objective.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, it doesn't actually show up on our mini-map, though. It really doesn't. But it just says... Oh, no, okay. There it is. Okay, you're right. There it is. Yeah, okay, for the final objective. I think we might be able to figure it out. Yeah, okay. Thanks, game. Thanks for that. Needs more innuendo.
You're flying into a bridge.
I thank you. I was just about to. I was too busy pinning all the good stuff so that we can find it later. Shoo! Let's get out of here. Enter Matoya's cave. No.
I do quite like the song in Matoya's Cave.
Yeah, that's Matoya's original theme, but it's so nice! Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I'm well aware that you're only here because you want something, but at least you didn't bring your little friends, so out with it! I just want some memories. Oh, is that what the goblins told you? That my servants were attacking their poor defenseless scouts without the slightest provocation? Ha! The little buggers were trying to eat them! They're lucky I didn't have my porogos return the favor. But you can tell them for me that if they try it again, I will personally feed them to my servants one limb at a time. I do hope you didn't come all this way just to play errand girl for those dirty little scroungers. Oh, sorry. I guess I forgot that there was another part. Aren't you a little bit young to go on grand journeys of reflection? You haven't lived long enough to have so many regrets. Same goes for that boy complaining that things haven't unfolded as he dreamed they would. Makes no difference what should have happened to Minfilia. What matters is what did happen. The past is the past, and no amount of wishing you'd done things differently will make it so. you make your choices and you do what needs to be done. That's it. That's the attitude you came here with the first time when you wanted to find a way to get to Azys Law, and you would do well to remember it. Right then. I think you've wasted quite enough of my time. It's bad enough that I have to suffer Stola's unannounced visits. I don't need you making a habit of it too. She was the sum of everything that had come before. Triumphs, failures, all essential, all indispensable. Had things unfolded differently, so too would she. What use, then, to mourn the woman who never was? There was only this time, this place, and this choice. Lol, Fancred burn. It might have also been a little bit of Alphino burn.
It was an Alphino burn, yeah.
There's
because Alphanode was very sulky about Infilia.
That was it, yeah. Aqua says, I did a quest which was full of innuendos. Like, I could tell, like, I say, like, thanks, Koji Fox whenever translations come up, but I can tell, like, there's always, like, you can tell that there's another person doing it. There's some quests, when they're written by someone, have, like, a ton of innuendos. And then another quest, when someone writes it, they do, like, a bunch of alliteration for no reason. So, like, every single... You can kind of tell from each quest to each quest that someone else is the one doing the translating. It's really cute. I like it. You can kind of start telling who did what. Oh, this is that writer. Oh, this is that writer. You spy something on the ground at the landing's edge. What could it be? A blue bouquet. But who?
There's quite obviously some pink in there.
Yeah, I know, right? It's more violet, but yeah. A bouquet of fresh Nimia lilies lies at your feet. Wow. An offering for the departed. The wind! So cold. 1,000 fires blossomed around her as she fell towards the battleship. A crimson star shower amidst the impassive clouds. And a prayer. Then came the azure light, faint at first, soon blinding, then shattering, casting motes of diamond to the four winds. I wonder, for those we have lost, someday for those we can yet save.
Oh, I just realized something. I'm not going to say it because it's major spoilers.
Okay. You can send it in a private message or something.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Oh, Ysayle. We'll miss you. Probably.
We'll see. I'm not going to say yay or nay out loud, but yeah.
Me neither.
Oh.
There we go. Child of man, chosen of Hydaelyn, naught remaineth for thee here, save the delusions of the condemned. In my madness did I spy my departed brood brother in yonder skies, though I know it cannot be so. What sayest thou? My senses are yet mine own? Then he who I saw was but my dead brother's rancor, clad in mortal flesh. He destroyed so much. And thou didst deliver him unto death's cold embrace. Oh yeah, we did! Mighty coils of Bahamut. Don't worry, we stabbed that thing in the heart. We flew into his heart, and then beat the crap out of him. I bear thee no ill will, child. 'Tis beyond me. All my hatreds are bound up in moments ephemeral and eternal. My beloved's passing, and his resurrection. I am no better than Nidhogg. Consumed by love, twisted by rage, I too sought vengeance without end. Yet thou hast since renounced it, hast thou not? Through millennia have I watched as time did that which I could not, as the men of Alec perished and their works fell to ruin, leaving me to think on mine own sins in solitude. What folly to despise man his base desires, when hatred's hand so effortlessly drove me to take Ascian Reed. Then look thou on him again with eyes unclouded, and mark how he laboureth to rise above his nature, how he and Hraesvelgur's brood now raise their voices in a shared song of peace. 'Tis my dearest hope that it shall prove the founding stone for a bulwark against the dark. As time delivered Allag unto its reward, so too will it prove this peace true or fleeting, as I remain here apart and watch. Chosen of Hydaelyn, it is well that thou camest. Oh, chosen of Hydaelyn, it is well thou camest unto me in contemplation, but the road stretcheth ever on, and thy battle is not yet won. Not yet, until true peace has been attained. Perhaps there was hope for them. Perhaps this time they would learn and remember. But her part in the tale had ended long ago. With this monument of hubris she would remain until the end of days, beyond redemption. Is it the Ethereochemical Research Facility?
Arf.
Oh yeah. Ethereochemical, Research Facility. ARF.
That's how people in .NET first were talking about it, and I before I knew what it was, and I was very confused.
Hilarious.
Misery signals.
Gilly! The Undying ones were defiant, disbelieving, even as death embraced them. Then the knights too succumbed, loyal to the last to a cause long lost. His body growing light, the archbishop looked upon the arbiter of his fate and knew not what he saw. And then it was over. Naught remained save the eyes. Thinking to bear them away from the covetous hands of men, Estinian took the accursed baubles in his own and was duly bent to their will, if only for a time. At a friend's behest had they embarked upon their journey, and so, after their triumphant homecoming and all the pomp and circumstance, there was but one way it could end. Pay respects to a friend.
Oh, so this is the one. Oh no, it's not, because it's not the green check. So this isn't the last one.
Nope, unable to open map at this time. It doesn't show us where it is.
Okay. So this is the final one.
This is it. Where do we go? Where are we paying respects?
Okay. I'll do the teleport.
Okay.
Keep people guessing.
Yeah.
I'm extremely tempted to not go to the right one.
Yeah, but then you'll look like an idiot.
I mean, that's gonna happen either way.
Hey! No, you won't look like an idiot. There's a difference.
That's true.
There's quite a difference between looking like an idiot and actually being an idiot. Oh, wait.
Okay. Oh, right. You want me to?
We're following you, man.
True.
I almost asked.
Well, I saw you going that way, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna make it obvious that.
Yeah, that is not that obvious, and there it is. The sparkle. Destination. Oh, thank goodness the blizzard stopped for this.
Oh yeah.
Chiffon, we'll never forget you. Yes! And it was there that we learned how to fist bump like Harshiffon. You have learned the emote Harshiffon. You have completed the quest Tales of the Dragonsong War. Exiting New Game Plus mode. Prancel. And there he goes. It never gets easier, does it, Francel? And so now we can say /H Knight. Yes. And there we go. Yes. Let me pull out. Let's get some light on this situation. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Wait, there we go. Yes. And there it is. Harshiffont!
Oh, I earned the achievement on the road again.
Just can't wait to get on the road again. And so, yeah, we kind of missed him. If you do visit here, he will spawn back there, come up here, and he turns to you. He turns to the PC and says, "It doesn't get any better, does it?" So he comes to visit the grave often as well. Poor Francel, his best friend. You're right. We will be here to protect Ishgard alongside Elvi. We will ensure that no one else need lose their lives. So, next time we will be New Game Plusing in Stormblood! Woo! With the vaunted warrior of light marching beside them, the men and women of the Aeosian Alliance prepared to liberate Alamigo, a land conquered by the Garlean Empire 20 years ago. Meanwhile, in the Far East, the freedom fighters of the fallen nation of Doma struggled to rekindle the fires of hope in their countrymen. So we'll look at that. That'll be next week on the first day of my summer vacation. Whoop whoop! But before we finish, before Sunday next week, we will be doing something on a Friday this week. We will be, number one, introducing a new character that I hope some of you enjoy. And number two, we will be doing an event thing. So Calosa's already finished it, but I wanted to do it on another character who kind of fits that sort of thing a little better anyway. So we'll see how that turns out. So then, thank you.
This how Ra is so confused right now.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, why'd you move?
Oh, because I wanted to let the Aura stand over there, and then it would be a dual thing. Oh well, then fine. If you're not gonna stand there, we're gonna make this look super nice and cool. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Hey, Aura joining in. Nice. Oh, there you go. So then, thank you so much for joining us. I will see you guys on Friday next time.